Welcome to Light Up with Shwa. This episode is with Saleena Karim, the author of Secular Jinnah and Systems. I have interviewed her previously. You can find her on lightupwithshwa.com website or on YouTube channel. And her episode number is 92. She has 3 parts there. And this episode is related to the current coronavirus pandemic, where I have been asking 5 questions to various guests, and they have been replying. So I hope you have heard other guests, and if you haven't, please do so and subscribe to lightupwithshwa.com and let me know what you think of this episode and any other. Thank you.
Hi there. These are my answers to the questions for the Baat Corona or Let's Talk segment of the Light Up with Shwa podcast. Okay, so how we've been personally affected by the coronavirus pandemic. Well, we run a business from home, so in some ways there hasn't been as much of an impact on our work side of things, but just things like we've had to come up with slightly different ways of dispatching our orders, that kind of thing. And probably the biggest challenge for us is what to do with our 2 kids in the house, because obviously they're used to going out every day. They go to parks, or even if they just want to go to the local supermarket or something like that, they're not allowed at the moment. So that's probably the most difficult challenge, if you like. But other than that, we've been managing okay. Okay, so what's the positive that we can take from this? For me personally, I noticed, like a lot of people really, that somehow there seems to have been a change in the environment. So we are hearing things about less air pollution because there are fewer vehicles on the road. We've also noticed that there seems to be a lot more life in our garden this year. Or of course it could just be that we're paying more attention at the moment. But certainly there does seem to be a calmer atmosphere outside, so that's the positive for me. And interestingly, yesterday there was a survey published in the newspapers, and there they had mentioned that fewer than 1 in 10 British people actually want to go back to the old normal after the lockdown has ended. And the reason for that was primarily the environment, as well as for social reasons, because they feel that they've had a better opportunity to spend time with their families as opposed to normal. So that's the positive from my perspective. Okay, so what have I lost, learned or gained? I think I will talk about what I have gained. I've gained time, and I think most people will be able to relate to that. Gained time for family, gained time to reflect on things, and also I have gained time for some of the work that I think, ordinarily, I'll put it off, I'll do it later. So now I'm getting around to doing those things that I've wanted to do, some creative pursuits, but also things that are important to me. So I've gained time, and I'm very grateful for that. How I see the world after this is over, well, we're seeing the changes already. So we're seeing some of these signs of the environmental changes. We're seeing how people are adapting to the situation, and I think it has given people some perspective, because before we were so caught up in, running around in very fast lives. I think perhaps the world is going to kind of step back and look inwardly instead of outwardly at the way things are in the world. Great crises often lead people to introspection, so hopefully this will be the outcome, certainly in the short to medium term. And I'm also very fortunate to know a few people who are pursuing some very worthwhile projects of the kind that would aim to bring people together or otherwise do something worthwhile for society. So even if there are concerns about things like the economy, for example, the long-term problems we might be facing, despite that, there is a lot of good work going on, and there is much to be hopeful for and optimistic about as well. Okay, so what will I do after coronavirus is gone? I don't think it's going to be gone, actually. seeing as it might be like the flu, it might come and go. But I suppose once there's a vaccine and things start to settle down, I'll be honest, I haven't actually thought that far ahead. So I guess other than hoping that the work I've just started recently will have taken off a little bit, other than that, I have no idea what I'm going to do.
Thank you for listening to Saleena Karim. This was another of my guests who have been replying to my 5 questions. I hope you will let me know what you think of this episode or any other episode, especially during this pandemic, and send your feedback or comments through lightupvichwa.com website or any other platform where you are listening to this episode. And we are waiting for your feedback and comments. And if you are interested to be part of this conversation, you can write to me and you can be one of my guests. And thank you again, and please do subscribe to Light Up Vichwa podcast, and stay safe and stay healthy and well. Take care till next time.